Hello, hello, and good morning, world. And welcome back, world, to yet another fun-filled, space-filled episode here with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. Yes, 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 I'm taking a look. All right. As we embark upon Jamar, my brother, on what will be another great episode this morning, we got a lot to talk about. We thank you all for chopping it up with us, and we thank you in advance for a time that will be had. So, yes, world, we are back like a shark attack, back like we left something, back like we ain't got no clothes on our back, and for the world is a better place when the early morning sports talk podcast is taking place. So, thank you for tuning in with us this morning as we converse about the latest sports topics that have taken place from this past week and will be upcoming this week. It is always a blast to have you all tune in and participate with us every weekend. As a reminder that every week we always like to begin our podcast by reminding our audience that the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast can be found on Facebook via our two Facebook pages, the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast community page, as well as additionally on our Early Morning Sports Talk podcast Facebook page. On Instagram at EMSTP underscore. Again, on IG at EMSTP underscore. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify as the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, as well as our own Facebook pages via Brandon Price, Jamar Goodman, and Jones, as well as our guests for that weekend. Today is April 19th, 2025. We are a day away from Resurrection Sunday for those who believe in Jesus Christ. And we have seen yet again another fascinating week in the sports world where we saw the NBA regular season conclude and the NBA play-in tournament take place with the Warriors surviving the Memphis Grizzlies, bro, on Tuesday. What a fantastic game. Warriors play exciting basketball. It's fun to watch them. After a fun game, and they had a great game last Sunday, bro, against the Clippers. That was the best game I've seen this whole entire season. After a fun game that was controlled, unfortunately, though, by a bit of officiating, and we will find that out a day later, as we always do a day after, and it'd be in the headlines on ESPN. Anywho, additionally, the Dallas Mavericks took care of the Sacramento Kings in easy fashion, making things slightly interesting for Anthony Davis and his team. So then they would go ahead and last night and they would progress to play the Memphis Grizzlies. And the Memphis Grizzlies took care of business. But I'm a bit disappointed, Jamar, because damn it, I was 3 points off from winning $150.
Oh,
But Ja Morant, man, scored 22 damn points rather than scoring the 25 that I needed him to score. It's always best to lower your risk, man, which is to go with PRA rather than points. Just a piece of advice for everybody. I don't know why the hell Jamar didn't go with PRA. I should have went with PRA because last night he was a point guard, bro. He wasn't the scorer, any attacker. I had the mindset that he was going to be a killer last night, saying all marbles are on the table. I'm finna kill. But sometimes when you're on that court, bro, and you see that other guys eating and they shots going in, plus you at home, you could be a point guard. But on the other hand, the Orlando Magic, bro. Speaking of the Magic, we're gonna talk about them. Dominated the Atlanta Hawks, um, and our Chicago Bulls got their ass, man. Anywho, the Chicago Bulls got dominated in Chicago, bro, by the Miami Heat, leading our GM to publicly encourage Bulls fans to please be patient with the rebuild. And so the Bulls right now, they going home, bro. They already at home, sorry. And they're on the rebuild now. But on the other hand, the Orlando Magic, they captured the 7th seed. And last night, bro, that was a hell of a game between the Atlanta Hawks and the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat survived. And here they are again, bro, around this time of year. And so with that being said, introducing my partner here, my brother on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, my brother from another mother. Mr. Jamar Goodman, my bro, how are you?
good man. Hey, I just for what it's worth, I don't blame you for not, choosing the PRA. Last night, I get it. Winner take all type deal. I don't blame you. And 3 points. That's tough. I feel you. I know what that pain feels like. I know.
Right. I'm literally on the verge, bro. I've been doing it for 2 weeks, maybe about 3 weeks, but I've won a lot. And I just didn't do it a lot because I've been overseas. But now I've able to get an account, you know, and I'm able to have my account regardless of me being overseas.
Nice.
I mean, I talk sports with you every damn week, right? So I might as well get into this game. We need residual income, all of us, right? And so it's 2025. Our day jobs ain't gonna cut it. So, anywho, bro, we got to talk about the NBA playoffs, man. And again, to our viewer, and I'm gonna do my tag shortly. The Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. Support this screen. Uh, 2025 NBA playoffs, bro. So I don't know if it's even worth talking about the Bulls as much. But we gonna give the Bulls a little moment of silence here before we get into the real NBA playoffs. And so I just want to ask you, what did you think of the Bulls season and our rebuild? Well, what has to happen, bro, in your opinion? Just a quick synopsis of what has to happen in order for the Bulls to kind of take that next step, man, and stop being a play-in team every year. Because that's exactly what we do every year.
If there was a way to fire the owner, fire the owner. Since we can't do that, fire the GM, fire the president of operations.
Okay.
Yeah, get rid of all of them. Look, this man has been here for what, 5-6 years now,
Right.
somewhere in that ballpark, and he's been talking patience the whole time. Like, we're in transition.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, like, dude, this isn't like, year 1, year 2. Like, this is year 5 or 6, whatever it is. Like, this atrocity of a roster that we have. Like, look, I'm stumbling over my words because I don't want to. As you know, on this podcast, I'm the one that I keep it very squeaky clean. I do, and I ain't trying to.
Right, but sometimes, Jamar, it's okay to be honest. You see that background, bro, that's filled with space? That means that life is eternal and that life is life. And so so in my eternal mindset, bro, speak your mind, man.
Arturas is a joke. Mark Eversley, I don't even know how much influence he has or doesn't have, but since you're associated with the man, you're a joke too. Michael Reinsdorf, you're a joke. They forever living off, feel like Michael Jordan's name. The attendance is always high, so there's never going to be any change. It seems like they just don't care. They're fine living in mediocrity because we as fans gonna consume and go show up to the games and buy merchandise and fill their pockets and like, oh well, we ain't really got to do too much of anything. Let's just keep moving. We just gonna throw out the president of basketball. He'll say something maybe twice a year at the deadline and at the end of the year, and continue to say we all need to be patient and keep it moving. He don't give a bleep about how we feel. He don't. But yeah, man. And in all seriousness, who knows? Maybe the Bulls will get lucky in the lottery because that'll be an instant transformation. Outside of that, I have no faith. I don't have any faith in this in this roster or the ability to make chronic changes. If I was in charge, Patrick Williams has been on the first ticket out of here last night.
Oh man, come on about him. Like, man, bro, like what a damn waste of money.
Yeah, that man, what, 90 mil? Just the cardio purposes, because I don't even think the man scored last game.
Right, like I mean, literally, he literally ain't even out there trying. Did you see the steal that they got on Miami, bro? And I'm sitting there watching, and I'm watching this blowout, and it's embarrassing to watch, especially when I'm overseas and I got people in front of me saying, "Oh, we love the Chicago Bulls overseas. Everything over here, is Chicago Bulls, Jamar." And I'm literally dumb enough to have a damn TV screen on in front of people, and they seeing the Bulls get embarrassed, and I'm embarrassed too. You know, I'm sitting here literally watching, bro, and I'm like, Patrick Williams, we paying him a good paycheck. He made sure that he got his bag, but yet and still, Tyler Hero goes still a pass, and you can't go chase him down. Like, you literally just let the man just dunk right on you, and you don't even try. Like, speaking of a rebuild, I'm glad you mentioned that name.
He gotta go.
That sorry shit gotta go. Excuse my French, but now I'm pissed off. That sorry shit gotta go. Yeah, for real.
He gotta go. Vooch. he should have been gone at the deadline.
Man, bro, but can I ask you a question about Vooch really quickly?
Yeah.
Last night I was sitting here thinking, like, okay, if the Bulls got money with Vooch is great offensively. He's a liability defensively. Do we perhaps have Vooch, man, at the 4, or maybe just maybe go out there and get a rough rider that's going to protect the paint? Because how teams beat us is they just eat right in the center of the court. They go right through the middle. They take Vooch, big goofy ass, move him way up on the top, and they just go right in the center. And they run right past Patrick Williams. He ain't trying to guard nobody. You know what I'm saying? And they just literally get easy buckets that's what Miami did the entire game, bro. Literally. And then outside of that, they hit a lot of great 3-pointers, a lot of great shots and stuff like that.
Yeah, they hit shots. We couldn't hit shots on top.
Right, you know. And so I'm curious, bro. Do we need a rough rider like Detroit? You know, they got a Jalen Duran, somebody that, hey, man, you going to come down this middle. I'm going to make you think twice about that shit. At least even Draymond Green. Like, I'm not saying we're going to get these guys, but maybe we go for Isaiah Stewart or something. Somebody that's going to enforce, because we soft as hell. Bull soft. Where's the rebuttal there?
There is no rebuttal. We're soft. I mean, they put together a soft roster. That's just what it is. Nah, you know, if you asked me maybe a year ago, like, yeah, let's put Vooch at the 4, I'd be more for it. I'm at this point in this day and age, in his, you know, slight regression, because we never seen the Orlando Magic version of Vooch at all. We really
he wasn't on TV. Nobody knows.
Like, that was a all-star caliber player. We really haven't gotten that. Therefore, I feel like if you put that man in the 4, and let's say we did get a Duran or just any type of rim protecting center that's athletic that can move up, I feel like he's still going to be vulnerable and a liability regardless.
But if we got that 5, but if we got that 5, bro, I feel like it'll compensate for some of that, because he'll at least be able to put some points up. He gonna put them points up here on that court. He gonna score. He's gonna score.
I don't like it in the float offense. I don't like him constructed with Giddey and Kobe White at the guard. Like, he's like I feel like their games don't match. Like, between the guards and him, it's not a match anymore. He got to go.
Okay, all right. And so you would go get who? Like, what big man would you go and get in this case that you can think of right now? Because for me, I don't know what's really out there to compensate for Vucevic with his contract. He gets paid a hefty amount. And so for me, the only thing I can think of is getting a rough rider down there that's going to be a rough rider 5, put his soft ass at the 4, keep him for offense, and let him play a little bit of defense. And he might play more defense if he got a rough rider at the 5. And still keep Kobe, still keep Giddey, still keep Herter, some of those guys that can put the ball in the bucket, and build around that way. And at least we could we maybe Jamar one piece away from challenging for that 5 seed in the East. We one piece away.
No. Stop it. Stop it. We are not
Okay.
settling for mediocrity here. This roster is subpar. Is the reason why, you know, they finished with a losing record. There's a reason why they got smacked in front of their home crowd. Didn't even make the playoffs for the third straight year, like by Miami once again. No, blow this thing up, blow it up. I don't care. Like you get him out of here. If we need a 5, I would look at Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks. I feel like he's expendable these days. Or how about Mark Williams, the one that was a Laker for like 12 hours and then got traded back? What about that guy? I'd rather get somebody young and, you know, a little bit more athletic and plays with a little edge and sense of urgency that can move up and down. Like Vooch, you do not fit this. Like, you got to go. And if I'm being frank, if I'm being completely honest, they need to try to lure, you know, Giannis or trade for one of them more caliber star players. That's what you need. Blow it up. I don't like either you do that or you go get a bunch of draft picks. It's one or the other. We cannot compete if we just start making little bitty moves in it. It's gonna do nothing. We can't beat if we can't beat Cleveland, we can't beat Boston. Then what's the point? Like, stop it. We can't even beat New York. Heck, we can't even beat Miami.
No, we never could beat Miami. They put us out every year. Think about it.
They made Tyler Hero like Kyrie Irving. Like,
they put us out in the play-in 3 years in a row now.
And this is the worst roster they had. And they smacked us at home.
Blew us out. I mean, it wasn't even close. They beat the hell out the Bulls. They dragged them. Like, it's sort of like you watching a fight on the south side of Chicago and then somebody get dragged on the ground. Like, if they get dragged on the ground, you know they lost. You know what I'm saying? You know they lost. That's exactly what the Miami Heat did to the Bulls. And so the biggest questions for me, bro, is between, Vucevic and between our highly paid, highly compensated highway robbery, Patrick Williams.
Man, don't even start. 15 minutes off
the
bench.
Those two, they are the biggest question marks. But man, it's hard for me to let go of Kobe White. It's hard for me to let go of Kevin Huerter, and it's hard for me to let go of Josh Giddey. It's even hard for me to let go of the rookie Mazelis. I even like our small forward with the afro. I can't remember the kid's name. He liked to shoot that side 3-pointer. But
you like Huerter that much?
I like Huerter, man, because he came from Atlanta, and you know, he was on that conference, that team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals. He's had a good run with Trae Young. He can shoot that 3. He can score that ball, and he can extend that floor. So I want to keep guys like that in today's NBA. We need shooters. I don't know, Jamar. I disagree with you. I love you as my friend. I really do. But I think the boys just need one tough center. They need a enforcer. And I would say keep Vucevic soft fast and put him at the 4. Keep Giddey, let him be at the 3. Let Kobe be the point guard. Maybe we could put Hurt at the shooting guard. And we get a tough guy. I go to Detroit, man, say, hey, man, give me Jalen Duran. Give me Isaiah Stewart. Give me somebody that's going to enforce the paint. Somebody that's going to make people think twice about laying the ball up and dunking on us every possession. That's exactly what teams do with the Bulls. And so
all right, so let's just say we do that, right? Let's say those moves are made. Are we better than Cleveland? No. Are we better than Boston? No. I'm going down the line. We better than the Knicks? No. Pacers? No. Milwaukee? No. Detroit? No. So those 6. Now, I'm really asking you this. Are we better than Orlando if we do that?
Possibly. We'll be right there neck and neck with them.
No, because there's nobody on the court that's even better than Paolo Banchero, not even close. No. Are we better than Miami, who just stumped us?
If we get an enforcer with some other moves, yeah. But you're right, Jamar. You're right. The Bulls, you saying either go hard or go home. Fully rebuild.
Yes.
Get a superstar. Don't add no additional pieces, because I'm at the mindset of thinking that we could add some additional pieces to our roster and that would then allow us to be more of a challenger to some of these other teams. Um,
And
and
that's
bro, go ahead, Jamar, because I
no say,
want Ian's opinion really
and
quickly before we go
and I
to the
feel like
playoffs.
that's a big no because if you put like everybody on the Bulls roster right now, I don't think there's a single player on this Bulls roster, maybe outside of Vooch and certain teams, that's not even a starter on any other team in this freaking league. Like, no, this roster is sad, trash. Where Bubble Dub at? Like, get the sound drop. Like Ian, what do you think?
about those
Right.
Bulls.
So really, yeah. So we was talking about how the Bulls got their ass dragged in the play in. Um, and so you know, of course, the health of Lonzo Ball plays a big role in this, I think. Um, but there might have to be a decision made on him too. Um, but I was under the mindset in that I think we got a good team, and I think we just need some rough riders. We soft. Teams take advantage of us in the middle of the court. They move Vucevic out of this paint, but even when he in the paint, they score on him a lot, regardless. He's good for offensive purposes, but for defensive purposes, he's just awful. And I'm under the mindset that we need a 5. I say go to Detroit, ask for Isaiah Stewart, ask for a Jalen Duran, ask for a Mark Williams in Charlotte. Somebody big that's going to make people think twice, but that can also enforce the paint and defensively. Not really, we need defensive people. And the Bulls don't have it. They just get ramshacked and they have to outscore people all the time. And they end up losing because they ain't got nobody to defend the paint. And so I'm under the mindset that we need to just add a big man um, and maybe go out and get another shooter. But Jamar's under the mindset, and I understand, he just said blow the shit up. Like, I don't know if you heard this week, the GM, he stated, be patient with the rebuild. And so for me, I understand that we probably won't beat Boston, etc. But I don't think we was gonna do that anyway next year. But I think if we at least go get somebody new that can enforce that paint and that's young, we can at least challenge for that upper 5, 6 seed, at least be a playoff team in the East. Because we got the buckets, we got the offense, we just need more defense. And so, but Jamar saying just blow the shit up. And so I don't know where you at, bro. But we want your opinion on this. What should the Bulls do in this point in order to progress with their future?
Um, Man, honestly, kind of agree with Jamar. You know what? I won't say blow it up, uh, but they need a superstar. They need a scorer, and they got Lonzo back as a point guard.
But he ain't healthy, bro. His ass always hurt, man. He been hurt for the
And
last 4 years. How long we gonna continue to deal with that?
I don't know, man. They they in love with Lonzo Ball for whatever reason, but I mean they could blow it up, but I mean they got some good pieces here and there. They need to let Patrick Williams' ass go. They need a new
Yeah,
the number
that's a
one
big contract he got, don't he? He got a good contract to do nothing.
the, the number one thing they need to do is they need a new coach. Billy Donovan is not
Mm.
it. I mean, he might be a good players coach. He might be a good coach, you know.
Congratulations to him, by the way, y'all. Y'all know he just got inducted to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. I know
Yeah.
Bulls fans ain't even happy about that because we look at our team and we like, really? He got inducted into the Hall of Fame? But I guess
Yeah.
because of Florida.
For the
Yeah.
purposes only.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Well,
yeah, man. It's just like we just in this same boat in the last what 5 years actually.
5 years.
Since he got hurt that first, I mean, I feel like they had a good team. You know, before he got hurt, and they had their point guard. You had Demar. You had uh,
Levine.
Levine. You had the two scorers. You had Vooch. You know, they had something going. But you know, since he got hurt, and just kind of like, now Kobe White has stepped up and started to come into his own, and that's a good thing. But it's just like It's not enough. And it's, especially
Nah,
trying to compete with, the likes of Indiana. Hell, even Detroit, is getting good now. It's about
right.
damn time. But um, I don't know. It's just in the middle of the pack. They can't beat Miami. And
Nope.
I feel like with the Miami situation, they're just getting out coached against Miami.
It's a good
Cause
point,
Miami,
and that's a
Miami
good
don't
point.
even Miami don't even have the same team, and they getting
Right.
their blew out the same way every year.
That's what I said.
It's just
And that
I
brings up
some
a valid point of coaching.
my cousin asked me the other day. He was like, "You think you gonna watch the movie? You think they gonna win?" I said, "Hell no." I said I didn't even watch it. And then right before I was finna go to right when I got in the house, I think they was getting blew out by like 20. I said, "See, that's why I ain't stress
Dude.
myself out to even try to look at the game." And I'm like, they at home getting blew out. It ain't even like they in
Dude,
Miami.
right.
Like,
Embarrassing, dude. I was at the playground with my son. I was listening to it on the radio for a second. I'm like Tyra Hill ain't missed. Wiggins got 10. I looked at the score and like we getting smacked by 15 already. I'm like, I'm gonna just turn this off. We going home, son. I'm turning
Right.
this off.
yeah. So I don't know
Yep.
what I don't know. Now, the one move I will say that probably ended up being a good move was the Josh Giddey move. I wasn't a big fan. Well, I wouldn't even say I wasn't a
I
big fan,
like
but I
Giddy.
was.
Yes, that's somebody you keep, man. You keep
I
Giddy. You
wasn't.
keep Giddy. You
I
keep
wasn't
White.
really familiar with his game, but he's pretty consistent. It's just them as a team is just it's not working. So at first
No.
they need a new coach. Um, I guess they probably need to part ways with Lonzo. I wouldn't even say part ways with Lonzo. Maybe they needed a younger point guard. They needed a younger point guard, and they need a number one scorer. They need a superstar. You know, somebody
It's
has to step up, and it's not nobody on that team right now. Nobody on that team right
at
now is
all.
a superstar.
All
Not even
right. The
close.
the, the 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 best is Kobe White, and if you doubling Kobe White at 6'3", I mean, where else do you go, Jamar? After that,
Yeah,
It's
he's not a Ja Morant or Derrick Rose or
mm,
Allen Iverson or somebody like that. So no,
no, I mean he's a really good scorer and at moments like it's like watching
he can go off.
a
yeah,
super like a souped up Ben Gordon. That's what it feels like.
yeah,
Like this day and age Ben Gordon. That's what it feels like. But you
that
mentioned
ain't
Detroit.
enough.
You mentioned Detroit. We seen Detroit being at the like during this 5 years or whatever since AK's been around. Like Detroit been at the cellar, and then all of a sudden we watch them and they a 6 seed right now. Like
Yeah.
like that's how you turn it around. Like
They built through the drive. Yep.
they did, and look. Here's the thing. Like going back to coaching. Like remember they signed Monty Williams to that deal, that 78 million 6 year deal. They got rid of him after year one. Like Monty still got his money, but they brought in what Bickerstaff, whatever his name.
Yeah, JB Bickerstaff.
Big stuff.
Yes,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden, just like that, they willing to make moves to get to relevancy again. This organization, they content with whatever we got. They just throw them out there like Ian, go ahead get a uniform. You be out there next year.
Might, might, might as well. I need a couple checks.
I mean, if you could do what Patrick Williams did. Patrick Williams played 15 minutes. You could play 15 minutes. He was 0 for 2. You could throw 2 shots. He ain't scoring no
All right.
points. You could do that. Get paid
I go out there
15.
give. I go out there give me some cardio.
Yeah, there you go. You get
Right.
paid 90 mil to do that.
Man,
90
that's
mil.
crazy, man. And to think that, but that might be a sign that the Bulls, yeah, if he go out there 0 for 2, 15 minutes, that means yeah, the run has come to an end for Patrick, and yeah, he probably could use a new scenery. Yeah, because
But
that's a highway robbery, man. I
but
can't
you but
believe the
you
Bulls even will pay him that much.
but you know what though? He gonna go somewhere else and he gonna ball with them.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree. Because a lot of this be the organizations of Chicago. That's a whole nother point. And I came here and made two great points, Jamar, coaching, and then also the organization.
Look at
So
look
Because
at prime
I could
example.
believe Patrick could. I believe that he gonna go somewhere and probably be in a fucking championship contender.
Prime example. Bobby Portis.
yep, yep. But I would say difference is like when Bobby was here, he was actually like productive. Like I've
Yeah,
seen
he was
he could
somewhat
play the game.
productive.
He could play the game of basketball. I don't know if Patrick Williams can play the game of basketball, but whoever he goes to could probably be a bit more productive. So that comes back to player development. So
Yeah, you know what? It's crazy because I heard Patrick Beverly talk about Patrick Williams. He felt like Patrick Williams could do any and everything on the court. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the
is it
Bulls or in the way they're using them or
is it a
development.
lack
I
of
don't know.
confidence on his part? Like
I
I
don't know.
so I would say the
Right.
only
I thought he was a baby Kawhi Leonard when I looked at him at first. I thought
that
he
was the
had that
comp.
potential.
That was the comparisons.
Yeah.
That's why we got
And
excited.
I think
Mhm.
they shouldn't have put that on him that early because now that's what, the the fan base was looking for and got nothing close to that. Should have just let him
Like
develop.
I mean, when you
Mm,
draft a guy who was the
mm.
sixth man on their college team as the fourth overall
No,
pick,
for pick,
then
yeah.
what do you expect? Like you like you supposed to be that guy then. You the
hmm
sixth man. You're not even the starting lineup on Florida State. But they
Right.
drafted you fourth overall. Fourth overall.
Right.
Like you gonna be that guy. So here we are. Um
That's a good point, Jamar. He didn't even start at Florida State, and yet we drafted him with these huge expectations. What the hell were we thinking now when we sit there and think
at
about
all. So the only draft pick that Arturis has even I feel like that's looks like it's going to pan out. The rookie they just drafted,
it?
Monta
Yeah, but
Ellis.
Kobe White too. Kobe White was
He
drafted
wasn't.
by us.
He was drafted by Garpax.
Okay,
That was a
gotcha.
Garpax pick. So Arturis sucks.
Okay, yeah. And so he urged the Bulls to be patient. He urged all fans to be patient with the rebuild. If y'all heard the news this week, and so we definitely got to be patient with this rebuild. Where are you guys? To our viewers, good morning. Where are you guys with the Bulls? Do you think they should just blow the whole thing up, or do you think they need some defensive prowess, get somebody that can protect the paint? We all could agree that the organization sucks. Possibly, do we need a coaching change? And
Hey, you.
so, Jamar, go ahead, bro. Before we move on to the next
I was
topic.
going to say, and you said we got to be patient as a rebuild. We ain't got to be patient with this conversation. Let's go to the actual playoffs.
Okay. All right. All right. And so, with that being said, to our viewers of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, thank you for rocking with us. Let us not get to the 2025 NBA playoffs. Let us start with the Eastern Conference. And so, the eighth seed, the Miami Heat, here they are again, going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jamar and bro, who do you guys got for this series and why?
Really
Go
quick,
ahead,
do
Jamar.
you have it on your screen? If so, share it.
Yes, let me go ahead and pull up the NBA playoff bracket. All right. Okay, so share that screen for our viewers. And speaking of, man, there's going to be some good series that's starting today, starting tonight. Well, actually, this afternoon. And so, generally, Indiana always starts things off as normal. And so, first game, we actually could go this way. We're gonna do this. We're gonna start with the seeds. And so we're gonna go with the 8th seed Miami Heat versus the 1 seed Cleveland Cavaliers. To our viewers, yes, I see you can see that. And so Jamar, let's start with you, bro. Who do you got for this Cleveland Cavaliers Miami Heat series? Miami Heat are different around this time of the year. Do you think in Cleveland? I mean, I know they've been resting up. At least that's what the rumors have been, that they've been resting up, preparing for the playoffs, and they've been kind of pushing players out, letting them not play this and that, playing players periodically. Game one gonna tell us a lot about Cleveland. For real. Because Miami, they ain't finna come in and fuck around. I can imagine they not with their head coach and not with Pat Riley. No, they're not. So who you got for this series? How many games and why? Jamar.
All right. So as you know, on Saturday mornings, I find myself like the first person at the store getting my stuff, taken care of. This morning I picked up a broom. And so
Okay.
I also picked up a tuxedo. So this is gonna be a gentleman's suite. This is what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Cavs in 5. And I just gave out of respect to Eric Spoelstra, out of respect to him, I'm giving them 1 game. They don't have the personnel. They don't have the personnel. I mean, this is like we seen Tyler Hero turn into I said Kyrie Irving before he got him. He turned into Kyrie Irving against the Bulls, and he looked just as well last night against the Hawks. However,
that was a great game.
This is still the same team that had a 10-game losing streak not too long ago. This team is inferior. Now I may not be a full like all in on Cleveland here, but I would say this much: Cleveland should just dominate them in every facet of the game. They don't have anybody to guard the combination of Mitchell and Garland. They definitely don't have anything to do. There's nobody that's gonna guard Evan Mobley. That's probably gonna be the biggest key. And then
You don't think Bam not gonna? I think Bam gonna be waiting on him. That's one thing Bam can do.
I
He
feel
can
like
guard.
I feel like you and everybody else that are fans of Bam Adebayo give that man too much credit.
No, you're right, man, because he let me Jamar. Look, for the last 2 bets, Ian and Jamar, this man lost me. It was him. So I had 2 different bets. And on my the bet that I lost with Ja Morant being 3 points short, yes, that's Ja Morant. Okay. But Bam Adebayo weak ass, and I got it on my WhatsApp to my brother. I said, damn, Bam Adebayo weak ass. But Bam Adebayo, he's tricky. He weak, but at the same time, he efficient as hell. So he's super efficient. And so I don't know, man. Part of me want to call his ass weak, but part of me want to call him efficient too, Jamar, which is why I'm kind of struggling with seeing Cleveland just running through Miami.
Giving that man way too much credit. Like the man is what 6'9", and he's going against Evan Mobley, who's pretty much a 7-footer, and Jared Allen, who's pretty much a 7-footer. So he is not going to be the same Bam Adebayo with all these season averages, and that's a 2-time Olympic champ. Like no, like Bam to me is I cannot stand Bam Adebayo at all. I just don't. I'm gonna just put it out there. That's just like Ian. That's just like me and Christian Kirk. So if you get the reference, you get the reference. So I can't with Bam. Like they just not good enough. And then the very key factor that I really see this just sweep or gentleman sweep is the fact that they made the move for was it DeAndre Hunter? If I'm not mistaken, that right there.
Yeah. That was a solid move. I really love that move. That mean that they were serious in winning the East or trying to win the East.
Yes, that man can do so much and create so many problems for opposing teams and takes pressure off of everybody else. Therefore, Miami don't have the personnel. Cleveland in 5.
Okay. Yeah. Ian.
I mean, I got Cleveland. I would say Cleveland at 6. Sometimes I don't know, man.
Play with their
Sometimes,
food.
yeah, they really gonna have to prove it to me this year that they, come out and play like a number 1 seed and be consistent. But they've been consistent all year, so I mean, they just clearly the better team to me. So I'll say Cleveland at 6.
And I'm with you, Ian. Out of respect for the Miami Heat organization, the fact that Bam Adebayo will be coat checking a lot of Evan Mobley, so it's gonna come down to guard play here. But also they got other bigs in Cleveland too. So Jared Allen, he can't stick both of them fellas. So that's the problem. So Miami, they got a lot of little players, guys, that's playing good. Davion Mitchell, Hightower, Khalil Ware. He's some little new big man that's a power forward that's decent. Duncan Robinson always dangerous at that 3-point line. I don't see Cleveland just running through them. No, it's gonna be a little tough. They gonna make some opposition for sure. And so I think, yeah, Cleveland, yes, but I see this going 6. So I got Cleveland in 6. Indiana, Milwaukee. I don't know, guys, if y'all heard, but our boy Damian Lillard, he's been cleared for contact practice. He could return this series versus the Pacers. Keep in mind, the Pacers put the Bucks out last year. It's a rematch. And so who y'all got for this one?
Yeah.
This is the series everybody, well, it's in New York in the East. These are the series everybody interested in.
Yeah.
In the first round, at least. In the first round.
Fair enough. I mean, like you said, the Pacers, they got the Bucks last year. If I'm not mistaken, it was one of them was out. Was it Giannis or was it Dame? One of them was out.
It was Dame. His Dame has be hurt. No, it was Giannis. It was Giannis. It was Dame who, right? It was Dame who was playing last year, and Giannis was hurt, Jamar. Yes, bro. And that's the opposite.
Yeah. So this time around, especially you mentioned the news because I was gonna bring it up if you didn't. Man, give me the Bucks in 6.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because like here's the thing. There's not too many players in this league that really has that killer mentality, that killer instinct, that quote unquote Mamba mentality. And my boy Giannis, he has that.
He shows no mercy. He shows no mercy. And just further proof, fellas, every time I bet with this man, he always covers.
That's a PRA
every
machine
time.
right there.
Every time. Every time. I mean, every time. That man come out on a mission looking to kill everything. I agree with you, Jamar. He ain't finna take no prisoners at all. Nobody.
He's not. And I get it. Like, Pacers, they seem like they it feels like they may have their number based off last year, but if I'm not mistaken, I think the Bucks have beat them 3 times this year already. And then with Damian Lillard cleared to play ball again, and I don't know, he may not play game 1, but I'm pretty sure at this rate he's going to be in this series relatively soon, sooner than later. That's the difference with all of this. And then Bobby Portis came back from suspension not too long ago.
Right.
They just, getting their depth, and as much as I
They've been
cannot
playing
stand
really good ball.
Doc
Really
Rivers,
good ball lately.
This is his opportunity. Like you can make some noise here, Doc. Like I still think you a sorry coach, but you can make some noise here. You can do some things. So yeah, give me the Bucks in 6.
All right. Yes. And bro, Pacers or Bucks. This is gonna be a fun series, man. Who you got for this one, bro?
I'm not gonna lie, my answer is gonna be a little biased, but I'm taking the Bucks in 4.
Oh wow, you guys are disrespectful to Indiana. I can't believe y'all. Really? Y'all can't be serious.
I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Y'all cannot be serious. Y'all must. And Jamar, you live in Indiana. Shame on you.
So what? Darn well. Don't you ever associate me with any Indiana team. Because I live here. It's cheaper to live here.
Milwaukee and 4.
Oh wow, guys! Are you guys gonna really disrespect Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers like that? Really?
He ain't a believer of spicy tea.
Oh, guys. Pascal Siakam, the crew, Obi Toppin, the crew. Guys,
Milwaukee and
for
4.
me, man, Milwaukee and 4. Oh, he ain't just set the bar. I bet if anybody heard that, they like this man nuts. He said Milwaukee and 4. What?
Dude, Ian is unhinged this morning.
I'm telling you, that man come out on a mission this morning. So for me, man, I got the Pacers in this series. No disrespect. Come on, guys. Y'all know damn well y'all can see why I got the Pacers. Y'all can see why I got the Pacers. That pace, they literally live by their name. Pacers. Something that's rapid, something that's fast, something that's quick. And Giannis gonna have to for sure slow the game down. He gonna have to get to the foul line if he want to beat this team. But I don't know, man, if the others for Milwaukee will be there. But I know the others for Indiana gonna be there, fellas. And then I know also that Tyrese Halliburton, he gonna be there. He gonna do his thing. They will need Dame for sure. If they do not have Dame, they will be finished maybe in 5 or 6. With Dame, this could go 7. So I got Indiana in 7. This is going to be a long series. It's going to be a fun series. I don't see it being a short series at all. Not with Indiana, no. It's going to be really difficult to blow them out like that. No, they too good. They way too good, guys. Y'all check their record for the last 20 games. Check their record going into the playoffs. Check how many points they score. Y'all disrespecting the Pacers. That team could end up in the conference finals. All right. Knicks and Pistons. I can't believe y'all just disrespect Indiana like that. So who y'all got for this one? This gonna be a dogfight, look like, probably maybe, but this is gonna be some high quality basketball right here. It is gonna be ugly high quality basketball. Ugly high quality basketball. Who you got for this one, Jamar?
All right, and just so you know, for this particular series, our sister on the show, Moneybags TT, also known as Tiana, she put a $15 bet on the Pistons to win this series. Just so you know. That being said, when I was talking to her about it, I completely disagree. This is New York Knicks. This is one of those to where, like, yeah, I would say this much. Detroit, they are a good young team. They remind me of the Eastern Conference version of the Houston Rockets to a certain degree. Like they pretty much playing with house money. It's one of those to where you don't know, like, you're not supposed to be here, but we're here anyway. We're just gonna, play basketball and see what happens type deal. But the problem is, and look, I'm not like the biggest fan of the New York Knicks, but they have people that's been here before. They have a guy named Jalen Brunson. When it matters most, and as you know, Brandon, you know for sure, when the game is in the Garden, that's in the playoffs. That's a whole different atmosphere. That is electric. And I don't know, and I do like Cade Cunningham, but I don't know if he's ready for the Garden atmosphere. And the last thing I say, as good as Durant can be at times, he cannot guard that flamboyant cat at all. So give me the Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5. All right.
Gotta get to the
Jamar. I mean, in. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna say the Knicks in 7. I think Detroit gonna surprise some people and get them a run for their money. So I say the Knicks in 7.
I'm with you. I'm with Knicks in 7. This is gonna be a hell of a series. It's gonna be a dogfight. Just looking at the brands right now, just looking at the screen, fellas, don't that look like 1980s, 1990s New York? Just think of Isaiah Thomas, Patrick Ewing. Like, I don't know why I just think of all the retro when I look at the Knicks in Detroit. And this just, man, it just hits me of old school, good, hard-nosed basketball. I can't wait to watch this series because I think Detroit, them not being in the playoffs and them being hungry, y'all, they going to be ruckus in Detroit too. I can imagine they is too. And so they're going to have a lot to say about the New York Knicks crowd as well. But New York, of course, New York finna be bunkus. The Knicks, guys, they went out and made all these offseason moves. This got to pay off, right, fellas? You went out, you got, Mikal Bridges. You went out, you got Karl Anthony Towns. You got, you gave up, Hardenstein in order to have these moves happen. You still got Jalen Brunson. But the one thing I want to say is this, fellas. If the New York Knicks lose this series, and this is coming from a former coach of ours that led us to a lot of success in Chicago, and he's the head coach of New York. If he loses this series, and I said this to you last week, Ian, if he loses this series, what do you do with Tom Thibodeau in New York, Jamar? What are your thoughts? What are you guys' thoughts on this? I think this is a very important series for him.
It is. It would be hard for me to defend him, as in to get him to stay. That'd be a tough defense. I would have to be Johnny Cochran on that one. Because
He said
there's
Johnny
no
Cochran.
dude. Because there's no reason that you should lose this series.
Yeah,
There's none. Like you mentioned, you made for you
they should
traded
get to
for
the.
Mikal Bridges.
They should get to the Eastern Conference Finals. They'll get to Eastern Conference Finals. He needs to be fired.
Wow.
Oh, that means, whew, you know that
That
means
mean
they
they
got to
gotta beat
be
Boston.
Boston.
I don't
But
see that happening.
I mean, they did make the moves in the all season to
To
for the
compete
roster.
with Boston.
Yep,
They made
between
these moves
Bridges
to
and
compete with
re-signing
Boston.
OG Anunoby and bringing in Cat,
Mhm.
those moves was
Uh,
strictly for
yeah,
Boston.
right. So
Right.
I don't want to hear it. Eastern Conference
Ooh,
Finals or
ooh,
it's time.
ooh,
Because all the moves they made this offseason, we all imagine that 1, 2, and 3. We actually imagine 1 and 2, though. We thought 1 and 2 would be Boston 1, New York 2. We didn't see Cleveland being where they were going to be. And we saw maybe number 3 being Milwaukee in the East. But now we look at it, Cleveland's number 1, but we still going to, it's looking like if things go as planned, we can still get this New York and Boston series, which is what everybody thought of. It was the first thing that hit our head. Conference finals, Boston, New York in the East, because it ain't that strong in the East. But we might get them in the second round, possibly. That's if you guys think that Boston's going to beat Orlando. Do you guys think that Boston's going to beat Orlando?
Hey, I told you I went to the store this morning. I got my broom and my tuxedo. That's and
Sweet.
yeah,
Now, this might be a sweep I can see. This might be an
yeah.
actual sweep I can see.
So I think it's like I know Orlando's defense is stellar. I just don't know
Oh,
if they got enough.
yes.
I just don't know if they got enough offense.
Right.
That's my only thing. So I'm struggling between 4 and 5. Out of respect to Boston, just Boston and 4.
Okay. And Ian, bro, Boston, Orlando, who you got?
Sweet. Boston.
All right, and I'm with you. I think it's a gentleman's sweep because Orlando is great defensively, and they've been coming into their own right since they've gotten healthy recently, guys. They've gotten healthy recently. They've been one of the best teams in the league, and so this could be a very interesting series for 5 games. All right. On the other hand, moving on to the Western Conference, this might take some time. And so OKC versus Memphis. I'm not so persuaded that OKC finna just rout Memphis like that. Memphis still was 48 and 34. They just got rid of their head coach. That's it. But I mean, they had a fantastic outing against Golden State. The referees helped the Warriors. You arguably could have seen Memphis being the number 7 seed. The West is jumbled. It's difficult. But of course, everybody don't. I know everybody gonna pick OKC, but the question is how many games? So Jamar, OKC, Memphis, who you got? How many games?
I mean, you said the only thing for Memphis was they got rid of their head coach. I say if you peel the onion back, the layer real quick, they are missing 3 of their key defenders on this team because they're all hurt. That's why Memphis has slid from 2 all the way down to 8. So with that being said, I got OKC and 5. No
Okay,
disrespect.
OKC and 5.
Yep, no disrespect to Memphis. It's more so about OKC.
Yeah, but you know, I can see your point. I'm not gonna argue with the defenders. Marcus Smart. Okay. Anywho, Ian, bro, who you got for this one? How many games?
Uh, I got OKC in 5. I don't see Memphis really
Yeah,
doing nothing with them. I got OKC in 5.
yeah. This could be OKC in 4. I got OKC in a sweep.
Mm.
Um,
Sweet.
yeah. Pull out the brooms.
Dang.
I know Memphis. They gonna give them games for sure. It's Ja Morant we talking about, guys. It's Jaren Jackson Jr. we talking about. This Desmond Bain. So they finna come hard. All right, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna say OKC in 5 because I'm just thinking of they still got some superstar. They still got some star power in Memphis, and so they're gonna put up a fight. They not finna just walk out and just easily lay down on the ground. But I'm gonna be really interested in OKC come this playoffs, guys, because if OKC, if they don't make the NBA Finals, this is a failure for them again. You would agree, Ian? If OKC don't make the NBA Finals, this is a failure for them again.
Western Conference Finals, but yeah, Finals.
No, NBA Finals. They need to finally get over the hump. We're not finna.
They haven't even made the Western Conference Finals before.
Right. They
I
gotta make
know,
the
but
Western
even
Finals.
if they make the Western Conference Finals, the narrative still gonna be y'all gotta get to the NBA Finals. Y'all need to knock down the door. OKC has been knocking on the door. This team has been great for the last couple seasons. They got the MVP.
So
They gotta make the finals,
the
guys.
presumed MVP. I think. So here's the thing: like, if they lose before the conference final, like, here's the thing: like, with them, we probably compare them to what the Utah Jazz was a few years ago with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, where they was the one seed those times.
They're better.
I understand
Way
that.
better.
But here's the thing: is like they never made a Western Conference Finals. They was getting so much slack. They blew that thing up. This here, like, yeah, they're better. But the thing is, they haven't made it there yet. At least let them get there. If they get to the Western Conference Final, it won't be as bad. If they lose at the Western Conference Final, it won't be bad of a backlash per se.
And so if they make it to the Western Conference Finals and lose in 6 games, that's a victory for them.
I think that to a certain degree.
No,
I don't think it'd be as bad. I don't think it'd be as bad. You lose before the Western Conference Finals, I'm not defending that. You guys, give.
This is a 65-win team blowing people out all year when they're on the court. OKC has been a great franchise. I give Sam Presti that. They need to win a championship. They need to get to the finals. They need to, if they do not at least go to the NBA Finals, for me, not even a Western Conference Finals, they need to take a serious look at their roster, and they need to get a superstar. They need another. So this is going to tell a lot about OKC because I'm looking at them, and I want to see what they do. If they do not make the NBA Finals, or at least according to you guys, the Western Conference Finals, then that means OKC needs another superstar, and Shea needs somebody else that can ride with him. On the other hand, KD, he'll be a nice fit there. The Nuggets, y'all, the Clippers. Who y'all got for this one?
Whew. All right, and
it's getting hard, man.
It is. And just so you know, apparently, on a quick side note, apparently, like you know how March Madness got their brackets. Apparently, they got a bracket thing for the NBA, and I just sent it to y'all in the group, and I just kind of filled it out here, so no sneak peek in there. But anyway, I mean, this is another one where coach was fired. 5 games left in the regular season here.
Yeah.
Apparently they didn't like how he was treating Westbrook, giving him special treatment, and they lacked defensive effort and stuff. I don't know. It's a bunch of crap, but I think I'm gonna put on my clown makeup and my red nose and my fluffy hair, and I'm gonna pick the Clippers in 7.
Oh, you ain't a clown for picking the Clippers?
I feel like I am, because in years past, I would always pick the Clippers to do this, do that, and always it would always backfire because either
Casper the Ghost.
Yep. Either Kawhi Leonard gets hurt again, or Paul George gets hurt, or whatever the case may be.
Right. Let's keep our fingers crossed. But more importantly, fellas, let's keep our fingers crossed for Kawhi Leonard's health come this playoffs, because we all know, everybody and their mama know, Ian, when Kawhi's on the court, Clippers are as dangerous as any team in the NBA. So, who you got for this one, bro? Denver or the Clippers?
I got Denver in 7 in this one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Got Denver in 7.
Well, I mean, me and Jamar can't really blame you. I mean, come on, this is the Joker.
I can't.
This is Jamal Murray. Come on, man. Like,
I can't go against the Joker.
Now, let me ask you this. Zubac is the front runner, as you know, you fellas know. He's the front runner for NBA Defensive Player of the Year, not Draymond Green. He's the front runner for NBA Defensive Player of the Year. He will stick the Joker. You still think he able to stop the Joker?
No,
No,
nobody's able to stop
no,
the Joker.
no.
If Anthony Davis can't stop the Joker, nobody can.
Good, yeah. That's a wrap.
Right. So, yeah, get his Defensive Player of the Year, boy. He's still gonna get his ass cooked.
Yep.
Respectfully though, it's, you know,
I
it's
mean,
gonna be
ain't nothing to be ashamed about.
Right. Not with the Joker, right? Like
that's he gonna die with honor. That's all.
that's it. And so,
Valiant
man,
effort.
y'all, it's gonna be a dog fight, man. I'm debating, but I'm with you, Jamar. I'm gonna go with the Clippers because I just been watching them lately. They've been the best team in the NBA, y'all, for the last 30 games. Outside of there's been them and Golden State, and the Clippers, man, for the last 20 games have for sure been the best team. And Kawhi Leonard, just man, when he on the court, that man he's not a kid. He is an adult when he's on the court. He's a full adult.
It's different. It's like a whole different vibe. Like the team goes from being solid to like we can't ignore them at all. Like
right. Like, did you see what he just did? Like, he just made that man look like a fucking kid. He a grown man. like legitly, like, man, like that. So this is what you want to see. You want to see the Joker versus Kawhi. Yeah, this is prime time. You got it, man. So I'm gonna go with the Clippers, but we can't knock you in for picking the. We can't knock you for picking.
Nah, hey.
how many games?
7. I don't know if this series. I can't pick 6. I can't pick 5. I gotta pick 7. So yeah, there's no other way around it.
This is all pending Kawhi's health. If he gets hurt in the
Right.
series, then that's it for me.
Right. If Kawhi get hurt in this playoffs, that's whole another question in itself. In what do the Clippers do as an organization? He get hurt, like for real. That's a serious question they need to ask themselves. On the other hand, y'all, the Lakers, Timberwolves, Ant-Man.
I got one for this one.
This might be interesting, man. This might be interesting. And so, Jamar, Lakers don't got a big man. Timberwolves got big man. But sometimes the people say the Timberwolves need to score more. The Lakers seem like they got shooters everywhere, but they ain't got no big man. Who wins this series, bro? And how many games?
I think this was the hardest one for me to pick because there's so many variables and things that can make this series go either way, in my opinion. All right, first and foremost, like you mentioned, the bigs. If Rudy Gobert should not ever be on the court when Luka Doncic is on the court.
He made it clear he coming at him. He made it clear as hell.
He should not be on the court. Anytime Luka's off the court, you can put Rudy Gobert in there. We learned. We've learned. We saw it. That's
last year.
My gosh, left that man on the island. They let that man out to die by himself. But all right, in all seriousness, Lakers, in my opinion, should win the series. And my brain says I'm gonna pick the Lakers.
And 6.
Yeah, but my heart says if I just know one thing, if this series splits it, if this series splits in LA,
Lakers in 5.
The Timberwolves can make this very interesting. Anthony Edwards can make this series so interesting. It can make them. It could be like Phoenix last year, where they just made it real uncomfortable for the Suns and just knocked them out the water. But I got Lakers in 6. But I like what my famous saying. I don't have the warm and fuzzies at all about that one.
I do not blame you, man. A lot of this depends on Ant too. But I like your stance. In Cow High, West Side, let's ride. Lakers in 5. Shannon Sharp been saying that shit like for the
No,
last 3
I got
months
it.
now.
No, I got a new one. I just made it up. I just made it up.
Uh-oh.
Go
But
ahead, bro.
but no, in all seriousness, this I think, man, if could you imagine if Anthony Edwards sent LeBron James home in the first round, bro,
Dude,
and Luka
Mm.
Doncic,
dude. That's give him the face of the league right now. It's
and
over.
he don't even want it. That's the crazy part.
It's over.
Yeah, that that'd be monumental, bro.
That's career defining moment right there.
I don't know if they got enough. So Minnesota, I don't care about no police quota. You can have a baby Yoda. Lakers in 5.
Hey, bro, can we make sure we do a reel on that, Jamar, please? We gotta put a reel out there, bro. We gotta put a
Lakers in
reel
5.
out there. We gotta put a reel out there, bro. And so,
Oh snap!
man, bro, this gonna be a tight series, man. And for me, a lot of it depends on Ant, y'all. If
Yeah,
Ant be the superstar, we know he. But the thing is, we know he could be it. We've seen him
yeah.
do it.
Just a
We've
supporting
seen
cast.
Ant go off for 30. Exactly. It depends on the supporting cast, Jamar, for Minnesota. If the supporting cast is there, this is a deep, deep, deep series, and this could very well go to Minnesota. Simply because, on top of that, the Lakers do not have a true big man. No disrespect to Alex Lynn.
No, all
so-
disrespect to Alex Lynn. He's not
They don't even put him on the court.
at all.
They
All right,
traded
play.
for the man.
What's the
They
name? Give
don't
number
even
six
put
to
him
him.
on the court.
What's
They
his
don't
name?
even
Jackson
put him
Hayes.
on the court.
Jackson
Yeah.
Hayes.
Yeah,
Man.
but he more of a power forward. He not like a big, he not
He
that
just
enforcer.
he's just the oop guy. They just throw oops.
Right.
He's a Daniel Gaffer for them. That's all he
I'm
is.
telling you, bro. He been eating good since Luka got there.
So I think the one thing that we haven't mentioned, but I feel like he should have all the eyes on him is Julius Randle. You know how I feel about Julius Randle. I can't stand that mofo. He
Man.
trashed me, but he's been playing a lot better basketball in the last, I think 5 to 10 games. They've been playing.
I say for the last 2 months, Jamar.
They've
The
been
last 2 months. Because Minnesota been pretty good for the last about 20-some games, bro. They've made a hell of a turnaround. And it's been the biggest catalyst, like you said, has been Julius Randle.
If I ever in one of these games, if Julius Randle end up taking more shots than Anthony Edwards, dude, just throw the whole team away. Throw it away. That should never happen.
Right. And so I know a lot of people probably not used to this or don't want to hear this, but I got the Timberwolves in this series, guys. And the biggest reason I got the Timberwolves is because the Lakers don't have a big. And I think Julius Randle, guys like that, they will feast down low on this team. The Lakers pressure, all the pressure in the world on them just because they the Lakers, y'all. They the Lakers. They got the world of pressure on them. If they don't win, LeBron James, wherever he go, he could go to goddamn Memphis and it's going to be pressure on them or a whole organization. It's on the Lakers because LeBron James is there. I feel like it's going to be some sweaty palms. And I feel like Anthony Edwards, being the type of guy he is going to smell blood. And he's going to be looking to send a serious message to the NBA to say, oh, y'all forgot about us. Y'all forgot about me, huh? Y'all got amnesia that quick, huh? And I actually got the Timberwolves, y'all. I got the Timberwolves. I don't know if it's in 6 or 7, but I think this is going to be living proof, y'all, that the West is just, it's just very talented. That's all I can say. He's just very talented, man. And so I got the Timberwolves. And I had the Lakers, but I don't know, man. Part of me just think the Timberwolves gonna pull this out, and it's gonna shock everybody. I know
that would be such a defining moment for Ant-Man. Like we was praising Ant-Man last year, what he did to the playoffs. I feel like he just ran out of gas when they got to the Western Conference Finals against Luke. The thing is, he's seeing Luke in the first round. He got all the energy in the world, so that's gonna be that's like all these series in the Western Conference. This is fun.
But I think a lot of people are disrespecting Houston versus Golden State. Maybe you can see why, the youth, but who wins this one, bro? Hard-nosed youth, great coaching. On top of veteran experience, great defense, great coaching. Who you got, Houston or Golden State for this one?
Dude, it feels like in this series, it seems like Ime Udoka is like in any movie or trilogy, like he's like the evil like mastermind. It's like this dude
Here you go
has
again.
this man, as I mentioned before, he's a dog on and off the court. If you're a dog 24/7, that's diabolical. It's hard to be somebody that's a dog all the time. I'm just saying. But in all seriousness, man, dude, like this Rockets team, I mean, they're 2 seed for a reason. Like, yeah, we always talking about, youth and inexperience coming to the playoff series, but I'm not gonna be sleep on that. Dude, Amen Thompson, that man there, that is a star. That is a
Oh
star.
yes, he's on this. You say he's a star already. I'm saying like, yeah. You think he's a star already? I'm like, he's on his way for sure.
Yeah, I mean, more so, I'm not giving him like all-star or superstar level yet, but more so like
He's on
that is
his
a
way,
cornerstone.
man.
That is a cornerstone of your team. He is already a premier defender. He's a star defender. I'll give him that without a doubt. And he's the reason why Steph Curry had 3 points that game. Now,
Exactly. No, it was
granted,
2 points, Jamar. It was 2.
it was 3.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It was 3. But nevertheless, I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt because I think that was more so, Houston just doing what they want to do as opposed to Warriors really giving the effort they needed that game. Anyway, Warriors in 7.
Warriors in 7. Okay.
Warriors in 7. Because we talk about, I just mentioned the inexperience and, I'm bypassing some of that. And I think a lot of that's because of Udoka and his experience as a coach and former player in the league and playing under Popovich and things like that. He just, just the knack of how to get his team ready. But as we all know, stars in the playoffs, they elevate. They raise their game to a different level. So this is where, playoff Jimmy's unlocked. This is where, Steph Curry really made a name for himself. This is where Draymond Green earned his money. You got those 3. You got a supporting cast of the bench that's been playing pretty well. So it's just more so if one of those bench players, those role players per se, can just do enough on the road, it'll flip this series. Because at home, they're going to play well. We know role players play better at home than away.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like Jimmy Butler says, you always got a chance when Steph Curry's on the team. So I got Warriors in 7.
Yeah. And bro.
I got Warriors in 6 on this one, honestly. They got great leadership in Houston. They're still young. Not saying that they can't do it, but I'm gonna go with the experience with Jimmy Butler and Steve Kerr and Stephen Curry and Draymond Green if he could keep his head together.
Right.
I'm gonna go with the Warriors on this. Warriors in 6.
And I'm with you. And I got Warriors in 6, but I think it's a game 6 that come down to the fourth quarter. It's a game 6 that come down to who's the best player on the court. And I see a night from Steph in this series. And so I think it's going to be a fun series. It could go 7. And it give me the vibes. Remember a couple years back when the Warriors beat the Kings and they were a young team? Remember a few years back, fellas? And the series went 7 games. It was Sacramento versus Golden State. It was a great series. And Warriors closed them out, game 7. I kind of got those vibes in this series. The Warriors can probably end up doing the same thing here. And so, them kind of losing to the Clippers might have been a blessing in disguise because they got a chance to avoid the Nuggets and they got the Rockets, which is the ideal matchup that you would want. And so I'm with you guys. I got the Warriors. I'm stuck between a close game 6 or a game 7, one of the two. But the whole point is that I got the Warriors. So fellas, any other thoughts before we progress to the Chicago Sky 2025 drive class? Any thoughts?
That's it.
No.
All right.
Oh,
All right, cool. And so with that being said, fellas, let us talk about the Chicago Sky 2025 drive class. And so, fellas, um, we do our best to support WNBA basketball and Chicago Sky team. They went out and they, did what they had to do. Um, hey, some people might like the picks, some people might not like the picks. It's funny that our number 11 pick got a lot more clout than our number 10 pick because she's from overseas, so we don't know much about her. But maybe you guys, being the guys that you are, can help maybe some viewers, whoever watch this, understand who is Asa Sivka and what can she add to the Chicago Sky, being from Slovenia, being from Eastern Europe, and their style of play. And then number 11, we chose Haley Van Lith, the point guard from TCU. She will be reunited with Angel Reese. And so she can also learn from the point guard. Well, no, she's not the point guard. Point guard is Chelsea Gray. But point guard number 2 is, Courtney Vandersloot. And Courtney Vandersloot came back to end her career, y'all, with the Chicago Sky. And so, fellas, Jamar, let's start with you, bro. Number 10, they picked and we might learn her name very soon, but Asa Sivka, Slovenia. Us being sports guys, we can kind of maybe understand what she'll add, being that she's coming from Eastern Europe, that style of play. She is a strong forward, but she can shoot the ball really well. Um, and so perhaps she can help out and help scratch the floor. I don't know, for Angel and Camilla, open that floor up for them a little bit more. So, fellas, Jamar, what's your thoughts,
yeah.
man, on that WNBA draft class for the Sky? Do you think they had a good draft or what?
I think it was solid. I definitely think it was solid. Because as you know, before the draft, they made some trades to even get in this position to begin with.
Right.
Um, so like many of us, like I'm not too familiar with this young lady from Slovenia, but I would say, like you mentioned, based on the style of play in Europe, it's definitely more fundamentally sound and more um it can definitely get a little physical at times over there. I would say the ability to shoot, like you're saying, should help out a lot, especially with Reese and Cardoso. More so, I think in general, because I felt like we needed to score some points,
Mm-hmm.
at a higher rate. So that helps out a lot. And her being 6'4", you can't teach size either. So I guess, as long as she, I guess more so maybe the adjustment period just from playing from over there to over here. Maybe it might be a slight period there, but as long as she's, come in healthy and ready to go, and in the coaching aspect of it, put her in the best positions for her to succeed, then yeah, that probably is a solid pick for sure.
Right. Right. Just want to throw it out there really quickly, guys, that she also is the European Women's Championship MVP. So, she wouldn't be getting drafted if they didn't believe,
Yeah.
that she could play. And so she also played international basketball in France. And so the number 2 pick was French. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if y'all heard about her. She dunking and all
Bruh.
that. Yeah.
Bruh. I
Yeah.
remember I saw a
So,
clip from her years ago. I didn't know that was her until they, in the draft night. I'm like, oh, whew, whew.
right. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's a
Gotta
lot of
go.
good talent over there in France, man, for hooping for sure. And WNBA, NBA definitely picking up. And so, cool. And so I got you, Jamar. And so, Ian, bro, this four from Sylvania, we all familiar with Haley Van Lith from TCU, and the game she offers. And so, what's your thoughts from this class, and how do you think they both can help the team?
I think when you talk about them getting a forward, I think the biggest thing is size. You know how big their front line will be. You know with Camilla, Angel,
That's true. That's good.
and our number 10 pick. Um, just hopefully they be able to mesh well with each other, um, uh, on and off the court, but really on the court. Hopefully they be able to mesh together well. And you can see that the organization, unlike some other organizations, they're trying to put it together a team to a complete team, I would say.
Hmm.
They went and got them a point guard. Went and got them a younger point guard. Somebody that's familiar with Angel Reese, and they building up their front line, and you know, I just think they headed in the right direction as an organization. And I think that's something for us to be excited about. We did win a championship a couple years, what, 2020 or 2021?
No,
Yeah,
2021.
yeah, 2021. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we, get close to that again. With the way that
Mm.
the way the
We supposed to
organization
won
is.
in 2022. Y'all remember we damn
Yeah,
Connecticut Sean shouldn't have beat us. They shouldn't have
yeah.
beat us that following year. We blew that
But
series up. Ugh, I don't even want to talk about it. Go ahead.
but I like, but I like the picks though, man. I like what they're doing, and hopefully everything works out. But I think it will though. I think it will though. I think we got a lot of potential for sure.
I agree.
Yeah,
Just got to put it
I'm
all
with you
together.
guys. Right. But yeah, I like the pick definitely, Haley Van Lith. But it was just funny because last week Jamar heard me. What was that you and that stated out 2 weeks ago? I really wasn't too excited about her in the NCAA tournament because remember she was
Yeah.
just playing at TCU, and I said she was
Hmm.
overrated. I said that. I said that a couple weeks
And
ago.
and voila.
Voila.
Hey, yeah,
She ended up right with the Chicago Sky,
yeah.
and now I'm on her bandwagon. I'm like,
Get
go,
get
Haley,
comfortable.
go.
Get real comfortable now.
Might as well go
I'm
get the
like,
jersey.
Yep.
I'm like, go, Haley, go. And so I like it though, man, because when I think about it, y'all, she do match well with Angel Reese. They played together. She was her point guard, And so and then national championship team for LSU. And so she can play, we all know. She's a very, very good scorer, but she's a really good point guard too. She really can get others involved. And so I hope this translate well. But the biggest thing I'm excited about, fellas, is her learning from Courtney Vandersloot, the future Hall of Famer. And we all know Courtney Vandersloot. She the truth, and she just finally got her championship in New York. She got that second ring in New York. And she parted ways to eventually end her career with the Sky. And so I'm excited about the class as well. But fellas, we got one more topic, and this is a big topic. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but we got to talk about it. 2025 NFL Draft. And so that's taking place this week. Now I know it ain't a lot of excitement about it because it's in Green Bay.
Boo.
Right, it's in Green Bay. But generally we talk NFL first, all that, but we can't put this first, guys, because the NBA playoffs is first. But we still got to talk about the NFL draft, and it's a lot of speculation, a lot of uncertainty, who's going to end up where. We know a lot of players ain't going to be there. I think part of it is because it's in Green Bay. Um, and ain't nothing to do in Green Bay. What the hell is there? You gonna eat some bratwurst? Anywho, the
Hmm.
hell you gonna wear some cheese heads? You gonna wear a damn Packers jersey? Like what the hell would you do that for? And so anywho, Jamar, bro, the NFL draft is this week. It's Thursday, fellas, and I'm curious to know, man, what should our Bears do? Where should we go? Offensive line, defensive line? Um, Based off of this draft, what are some of the biggest needs we need to fill?
Man, the 10th pick in this particular draft is so um unknown. Like this is so unknown because it's going to depend on how the first 9 picks go. In all seriousness,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it really becomes telling around pick. Actually,
3.
3. It could be 2, depending on what if Cleveland decides to really get crazy and pick 4. I think between picks 2 through 4, that's what you have an idea. So, okay, so let's say for instance, scenario number 1, um, Ashton Genty falls to them at 10. By all means, I don't care. Go get him. I don't care. If that doesn't happen, if one of the linemen, offensive linemen, is there, I don't see a reason why you shouldn't pass up on that. Like, get more stronger there. Another scenario. What if all the linemen and Genty's gone already? At that point, do you go get the tight end from, is that Penn State or
Tyler Warren?
Yeah. Do you get him so you can start running 2 tight end offense, which would work well with Ben Johnson's scheme and stuff, or do you, or the other scenario is, if none of them are available, do you either draft somebody on the defensive line or do you trade back? Like, that's where we're at. And if you like look at all the mock drafts and you listen to other people's, podcasts or radios, talking about the draft, like, it's all of them are different for the Bears. They're all different. There's all different scenarios. And I think because of that, it creates variance. And then, not to mention the Bears got 2 early second round picks, I think, somewhere around there. So you got pretty much 3 picks in the top, 30 something or something like that. So, like, you don't have to, like, in their instance, they don't have to like really reach at 10 when you're gonna get a lot of good talent in the second round. Like, the draft is not like necessarily like premier heavy at the top, but it is heavy in depth in a lot of positions. Like, you're gonna get some quality starters out of this draft in many rounds. Like, you're gonna get second round grades going in the third and fourth round. Like,
Okay.
So I don't know what they do at 10, but they have options. I feel like they cannot mess it up. Like, there's no way to really mess this up. So I don't know, but I feel like we're in a good spot. I'm not mad at all. I'm actually excited.
All right. Yes. I wish yeah, we got to talk to some. It's going to be really interesting to see what some of these other teams do too. But and you as well, you agree that the Bears should perhaps go offensive line, defensive line. Where are you with the Bears?
They should trade up and get Travis Hunter. No, I'm playing.
No, you serious?
That'd be great. That'd be nice.
If they traded up and get Travis Hunter, then I'll become a Bears fan again.
Wait. Is that breaking news? Is that you'll come back home?
Yeah, but I know it's not happening. No seriousness. They should like Jamar said, if Ashton Genty is there, I wouldn't see a problem in them taking him. I'd say Ashton Genty or O lineman. So, somebody that fits their scheme, somebody that can really block. The Bears have a history of taking O linemen in the top 10, and they don't even play with the team in the next 3-4 years. So,
True.
and it's looking like Darrell Wright might be another one. We'll see, but so
I actually don't mind him either.
I don't know. O line, D lineman, yeah, I guess you could take a D lineman at 10. Tyler Warren, I mean, in my opinion, they don't really need him, but I mean, I guess.
Okay.
I probably would go with probably an interior lineman or maybe Genty if he gets there. He might not get there though, but no.
Okay. And so, just and you guys have been stating that it's been various mock drafts, but the Bears for this mock draft, they got Armand Memble. He's an outside, so he's the exterior offensive tackle from Missouri. And so they stated that the Bears need to continue to add depth with their offensive line. and that he should become the starting right tackle. And this pick seems to be similar when the Lions took Penei Sewell, head coach Ben Johnson's former team, early in the draft and slotted him at right tackle, where he has been a stud ever since. And so, at least we seem to be on the consensus that the Bears need to address their offensive line for sure.
I mean, so I think what really gives them their luxury is the fact that they made what they did in all season already. They traded for those two guards already. They signed the best center in free agency, who I feel like is a top 5 center in the league. So they got the interior of the line. Darnell Wright, I feel like he's a solid right tackle. I have no problems with Darnell Wright, in all honesty. The left tackle could definitely be addressed, but if we went into the season with Borum, I wouldn't be like angry about it. So, but nevertheless, if they did take a tackle or another guard or whatever at that point, I'm okay with it. You just adding more depth. You just trying to build a better foundation for the team. As we found out last year, people didn't know already. Like, the game is won in the trenches, and we sucked in the trenches. So if you can bolster the trenches up, then maybe, just maybe, those games that we shouldn't have lost, we actually win. That's an extra like 2 or 3 wins right there if you got a good line on both sides.
I'm telling you, man, Bears could have been a playoff team last year. So, yep, but the game is won in the trenches. And so, with that being said, fellas, all right, we will see how the NFL draft turns out this week. Thursday night, April 24th, live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And so, anywho, I don't want to talk about no damn Green Bay. And we curious to know, bro, do you got anything for us for Ann's Basement this morning? Just curious.
Yeah, me and you were having a debate in our
Yes.
chat.
Oh,
Yes,
And
we were.
it was a start bench cut with I think it was DJ Moore,
DJ Moore, Brandon Marshall,
and
and
Alshon
Alshon
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Yes.
What are your thoughts,
Mhm.
Brandon?
So my thoughts, as I stated to you guys in a group, and thank you for bringing this up, and I appreciate it. No disrespect to DJ Moore, but he's not Brandon Marshall. DJ Moore is a nice receiver, and I look at it from the Bears' tenure, or even just his tenure as an overall football player in the NFL. His stats doesn't compare to Brandon's. I don't even have to look at the stats. I know Brandon Marshall got better stats. I know he do. On top of that, I know from a body type perspective, Brandon Marshall's a big body. He could move defenders. I don't see that from DJ Moore. I see lightning, I see speed, I see strength, but he's not on the level of Brandon Marshall. And so if it came to me, I like Alshon Jeffrey as well. He was another stud. He was a stud. And so for me, I answered the question based off of the Chicago Bears tenure with the Chicago Bears. And all I see from DJ Moore's bubble screens. That's all I see from him is bubble screens. How many damn bubble screens you gonna run with the man? Maybe it's a head coach and I don't know. But for me, yeah, I got to start Brandon Marshall. Then I cut Alshon Jeffrey. I remember that man being a grown man when he was with the Bears. He was a fantastic football player. And I got to cut DJ Moore. That's me. And so no disrespect to DJ Moore. He's a nice receiver, but I even put Alshon Jeffrey. I'll take Alshon Jeffrey before I take DJ Moore.
So you're starting Brandon Marshall, benching Alshon Jeffrey, cutting DJ.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yep.
What are your thoughts, Jamal? You got the Chicago Bears.
No disrespect to DJ Moore. I think he's a nice guy, but I don't think I can't pick him over Brandon or Alshon.
When I posted that in the group, I didn't think it was gonna go in the direction that it went, but that was funny. All right, so I was thinking about it, especially since Ian said let's talk about it today. So, look, when Cutler was here, the only thing I can say, I had this phrase that I always say: all else fails, just throw it to Marshall. Just throw it up to Brandon Marshall. More times than not, he'll gonna come down with it. You got nothing else open. Just throw it to Marshall. So therefore, I'm starting Brandon Marshall. And maybe in about 5 years that'll change. Right now, I'm benching DJ Moore. And as you know, and as flash at times as good as Alshon Jeffrey was, he hitting the bench for me. And I know he had his moments, but I feel like DJ Moore is just a better overall complete receiver than Alshon Jeffrey. So that's where I'm at.
So it seems like all three of us at three different spectrums. None of us agree technically.
Nope, because I am starting DJ Moore. I'm benching Brandon Marshall, and I'm cutting Alshon Jeffrey.
I guess the only difference is like we kept DJ Moore on the team. You did not.
I can't. Guys, you guys don't remember Alshon Jeffrey?
Yeah, I remember Alshon.
Y'all forgot?
Alshon Jeffrey.
Have
he
y'all
was nice.
forgot?
Alshon was nice, but
He had his
Have
moments.
y'all forgot?
I think DJ is a more complete player than all three of them. To be honest,
I say
he more he you could argue with Alshon, but I ain't arguing with Brandon. No, he not more complete than Brandon.
I think he's a better route runner than Brandon Marshall. You can do more with DJ Moore. See what I did there?
What can
See
you
what I
do?
did there?
Bubble screens? And stop. What the hell you can do? Bubble screens?
You can
do
run
bubble
bubbles.
screen.
You can put them in
And
the
look,
backfield.
running
You can run
routes
any
don't
route.
matter. Running
He can
routes
run-
don't matter if you can't catch what the hell does runner? We talking about results, bro. Oh, I can run routes, yeah, but if your ass ain't getting the ball, what's the point?
Yeah, but you gotta understand, he's never even going back to his college career. He's never had a consistent quarterback in his career.
Okay,
I mean,
and
It's so
sorry.
many variables that happen as being a
Yeah,
receiver. The O
sorry.
line got to block. The quarterback got to get you the ball. It's so much that comes with being a receiver.
I mean, is it his
And
fault?
with doing all of that, he still has been productive wherever he's been.
I mean, is it his fault that they keep running bubble screens for him?
Yeah, I mean, he can only do what the coach tells him to do. He's a
Look,
very
fellas,
complete player.
I guess we can argue, but look, I just went to greatest Chicago Bears wide receivers of all time, and no disrespect to DJ Moore, but from what I see from number 1 and 2, and this remind me, I remember Allen Robinson, man. Y'all remember Allen Robinson? He used to be cold as hell. I used to love Allen Robinson. Marty Booker was nice. I remember him. Curtis Conway. Yeah, but I used to love not Allen Robinson, excuse me, y'all. Marcus Robinson. That was my favorite above Allen Robinson. Was Marcus Robinson. I used to love Marcus Robinson. He was almost like a Alshon Jeffrey type. He go up and get the ball, bro. Like, I used to love Marcus Robinson. But number 1 and 2 actually is Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey.
Man, what website did you? What blog page did you find this on?
Credibility.
That's not hard to be. That's not hard to be in the Chicago Bears franchise.
Right. And so, I guess we based it off of the Bears' tenure and not potential or not this and that. But yeah, man, this is ranker.com.
We never
Y'all listen
heard
to
that
the name.
We've never heard that before, Brandon.
I mean, anything to make his case. Anything that he can find to make his case.
Look, according to www.ranker.com, all right, which is a credible source, all right? Very credible source. It stated that the greatest wide receiver of all time is, for the Bears, Brandon Marshall, and number 2 is your boy, Alshon Jeffrey. And so I just thought I'd put that out there.
Who's number 3? I'm curious. Do they have or just 2?
Well, number 3 is maybe y'all forgot about him, but they talking about a dude named Willie Gault from the 80s.
Oh yeah, 85 Bears, yeah.
Yeah.
What rounds out the top 5?
Willie Goat. They ain't even got DJ Moore on there. He number 7. Curtis Conway and Marty Booker.
That
Oh
just
boy.
show you how trash the receivers are. DJ Moore is on there. He number 7. He only played with us 2 years. All them other dudes played 5 years or more. That is ridiculous. That is trash.
so,
That's my
so
point.
you know,
That's trash.
I'm just saying, you know, like.
Hold on.
And so
What?
I was basing the answer, number one, fellas, I was basing it off of the tenure with the Bears because the
Yeah.
picture that Jamar posted was Bears. It all had Bears on there. So I was just basing it off of their tenure with the Bears. But then when I thought about it, I'm like, when I kind of look at the careers overall, too, I could make that argument, too. And so it's a really good question, though, man. But,
This
you know,
is
yeah,
dude.
man. You know,
The
it's
Bears receiver list is definitely trash. I knew the all time receiving record was bad, but I'm just looking at it now. This is god awful. Like Johnny Morris, number 1 at 5,059 yards all time. That's the all time receiving record for the Bears. Harlan Hill, 46-10. Alshon Jeffrey, I give you that. His tenure here, 45-49. Walter Payton is 4th on this list, people.
See what I'm saying?
45-38. Mike Ditka is 5th on this list, people. 45-03.
You know how long ago that was? Neither one of us was born.
Matt Forte is 7th on this list.
He's a running back. Running back, y'all. What do you say? Remember the type? The running back, y'all.
Dude.
Wait, but Jamar, is that got? I think I maybe saw. But that's like receiving something.
Receiving yards.
It's not okay. Receiving yards. Okay. Yeah.
Like, Allen Robinson is 11th on this list. 35-61. Like what?
Yeah, and Allen Robinson, he left the Bears and he was trash.
Dude, Brandon Marshall played 3 years in the Bears. He's 13th on this list. 35-24.
Yeah, but yet and still he's viewed by some as the greatest Bears wide receiver of all time, and that's crazy because he was only here for 3 freaking years. Yep, he was here for 3 years,
and if
I remember
Johnson,
that year.
And if Ben Johnson does what he does in Detroit, you're gonna see what I'm talking about this year. It's gonna be the DJ Moore, Rome Odunze show.
Like I kid you not, if neither one of those wide receivers end up as the all-time leader by time their career is done with the Bears, there's a major problem.
Yeah, we're gonna see up. And so
the Bears just jinxed them at that point. I feel like they jinxed anyway, but that's why I left the fan base.
And so, man, y'all right though, man. That's something to look forward to for real. Like, it's gonna tell a lot about the organization still. Has it improved? Has it did anything?
Well, we definitely gonna see.
Hell yeah, we definitely gonna see. And so, man, I hope the Bears can get it together. Really good question though, Ian. Really good question, Jamar. But I still think at the end of the day, we all got different rankings. But you know, it at the end of the day, it concludes that the Bears just kind of had trash wide receivers, and that's really what it boils down to. And unfortunately, if you never had the greatest quarterback, you can't have the greatest wide receivers.
Yeah. We have no franchise quarterback.
Right. So it's hard to have a all-time great wide receiver. You ain't got that. And so yeah, fellas, man, this is a great conversation. Jamar, as we do every weekend, any final thoughts or shout outs we head into the weekend?
Well, so thought is I would love to see Greg Popovich back on the sideline, but you know, he's definitely battling some health issues once again. So
yep.
You know, thoughts and prayers to him. He's not only he's a phenomenal coach, but he's a better human. I think we've seen that over the years. So
yeah.
But on a higher note, as we talked about, the playoffs are here, baby. I'm happy. I'm ready to see at least 6 out the 8 series. I've got eyes on 6 out the 8. So let's get it done.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and bro, any final thoughts or shout outs, bro, as we head into the weekend?
My Ohio State Buckeyes are still the national champions. The hat was sitting right here, so I just had to say that. Nah, in all seriousness though, nah, we got NBA playoffs coming, so this is the time that I really, really watch the basketball and really pay attention to it. It's going to
Right.
be a little bit more intense, and it should be very interesting. You guys seen us talk about, who we got for these first round series, so it should be very interesting. Got the NFL draft coming this week. That should be kind of interesting. How the top team goes. Um, we got our Cubbies. They're playing pretty good right now. That's the only good
Oh
team we
yeah,
got.
great game yesterday, man. Great game
That's
yesterday.
that's the only good team we got to kind of brag on right now. Bulls got their ass sent home. The White Sox,
White Sox came back down to earth. Ooh, they look awful, don't they?
they
Yeah,
may
but I'm
they
repping.
they may need some Black Sox. I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on. uh,
They look awful, man.
the Bears have a chance to get it right, I guess, at the draft this week. Hell, the Bulls' only highlight was Caleb Williams throwing the ball in the stadium, far as shit this week. Uh,
Y'all saw that clip too?
He
I saw the
signed that
clip
ball.
too.
He signed the heck out that ball and tossed it, and everybody was happy. That was the only happy moment of that game.
exactly.
They're like,
That's
wow, look at the potential. They're like, wow, look at the potential.
it's terrible. So, it should be an interesting week. Weather's getting a little warmer.
Man.
A lot of rain, a lot of wind. So everybody be safe. Um, Easter Sunday. Um,
Yeah.
just remember the reason why we celebrate.
Mm,
Um, yeah. Enjoy
mm.
times with your family. Enjoy times with the kids. Be safe. And yeah, just remember the real reason why we celebrate Easter.
For real, dog. For real. That's
Preach,
real,
preacher.
dog. For real, preach on the real. It ain't about the pink suits and the green suits with the dive hats and going out to old country buffet after church. I feel you, bro.
That's still a thing.
Definitely. I did that growing up like a mug. We didn't go to church at all. We went to church on Easter though.
Bruh. Like, you ain't joking. Like, the one day out the year, everybody at church.
On the real.
And then everybody go out to eat afterwards. That's what
Right.
it was. And everybody was dressed
It-
up, like dressed clean. Like
I mean, clean.
you had your Easter
I'm
outfit. That
talking
was
about
the thing.
right. I'm talking about our mama would make sure on Saturday morning we go to commercial on 93rd over there over East. Y'all know what I'm saying? Ian and Jamar over East over there. Maybe to our viewers, they know what commercial is. We go to commercial. Sometimes we go to Jewtown. Y'all know Jewtown. It ain't there no more, but where they sell the purple polishes. Or go to 63rd Street and just rack up on clothes. Make sure we were sharp for that morning, boy. We be sharp, brand new ones, brand new woo up the bam. I remember that for sure, man. But bro, real talk. Yes, definitely. The real reason for Easter Sunday, man. And just to give y'all guys a context here, me living in a Catholic based island, it's Easter Monday here, fellas. And so it's not Easter Sunday, it's Easter Monday because they believe based off of the calendar that Jesus 3 days after rose on a Monday, not a Sunday.
Monday. Okay.
Yeah. And so they shut everything down like from Good Friday on so everything's closed here early. They really take it serious. Friday, Good Friday, a lot of church, a lot of vigilance, passion of the Christ, remembering Christ. And no work, no school, stuff like that. Easter Sunday, they do that as well. A lot of the Protestant people here. And then the Catholics on Monday, they do their thing on Monday, Easter Monday. And so everything's shut down to next Tuesday. here in the islands. And so very intriguing. It's a big world, y'all, and the amount of differences different countries have will blow your mind. You'll be like, wow, Easter Monday, not Easter Sunday. And so
It makes sense though.
it does, right? From
3
a
days
calendar
later.
standpoint, 3 days later, it technically would
Monday.
make sense to be Monday.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, some of the differences are crazy. And so, with that being said, world, man, it's a great conversation. It's a pleasure to have both of the guys here. We got guests coming on with us next weekend. So, tune in with us as we got guests coming for the next month or so. Chop it up with us. We appreciate the support from each of you. Support our podcast. Support us. You see that screen right there? Take your phone. Support us. We got clothing. We got merchandise. Anything that you would imagine. The Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is already up on it. And we truly, truly love and appreciate you guys' support, rocking with us every Saturday. And whenever we decide to go live. And so with that being said, on behalf of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we would like to say thank you for tuning in with us this morning. Continue to chop it up with us and support our podcast on various platforms. And if you would love to talk sports with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we are here and would love to do so with you. Your love and support is truly appreciated, and we hope you all have a blessed and safe Resurrection Easter Sunday weekend. Peace.